All right, good evening, guys. Let's get into it. This is Rush Hour Africa live Saturday night. Rush Hour Africa streaming live on Facebook. We're streaming live on YouTube as well. You can just like the page, share, get everybody to tune in. We're live on myareavibe.com. I have my guys here in the studio. David is here, Bienfait is here. We have an old friend who went MIA for a very, very long time. She's back with us here tonight. Shana, how are you doing?
I'm good. It's crazy. I went from being the interviewer to the interviewee, but
Yeah.
it's been
How does that feel?
journey. It feels great. It's been a great journey. It's one that I'm really excited about, and so I'm really excited to be here.
All right. Thank you for joining us here tonight, Rush Hour Africa. Still going hard, still grinding. We're still here. We're gonna look at a few things tonight. One of the things we're gonna look at is about the what is it? It's a competition, right?
Yeah, Miss Africa, Arizona.
Miss Africa, Arizona.
Yes.
We're gonna look at that. And Shana, God being so good is one of the competitors in that competition representing Ghana.
Yes.
Okay, so that is quite very interesting. So we're gonna look at that. Then we look at something that happened over the course of the week, which is something everybody's talking about the forgiveness attitude of Black people. And we saw what happened with both Gene, who got murdered, and his brother, going out there to, hug somebody who murdered his brother. We're going to look at that and look at the implications of that and the attitude of Black people and all that. I'm happy to have my panel, Elvis, here, representing my cameraman. Thank you for being here, my brother, for sure. Elvis Darko, yeah. So first of all, guys, a lot has been going on over the week. I haven't been here for some time now, and I'm back on my grind, still here, Rush Hour Africa, going hard, and I'm very, very happy to join you guys here, to be sitting. First of all, I want to know what everybody's been to before we get into that. Starting with Shana, what you been to?
What I've been up to?
Yeah.
Yeah, so post-graduation, there was a period of time where I was looking for work and doing my CNA job, and so I have now started a new job I really like. I am a medical scribe for a post-acute and post-subacute doctor. So we go around to different nursing homes, and we essentially round on those patients, and I essentially dictate and take all the notes for the doctor. The most rewarding part about it is really seeing, because it's a rehab facility, is really seeing the excitement when people get to go from one step to another, like whether it be from a wheelchair to be able to stand up, and just how excited they are to share that with you. And then just seeing their joy when it's time for them to go home and they've completed all their rehab, and it's really rewarding.
That's good. We saw pictures. I mean, personally, I don't know about the other guys, but I saw pictures when you graduated. The journey. We haven't seen you in a while. The journey. How has it been like? The journey graduating, coming out as a new grad. The whole process. I know it was a lot of turn up going on at that time. You were like all over the place. Kind of, if I'm just going by your social media feed on Twitter or on Facebook, you had a lot of parties. Unfortunately, you did not invite any of us, Russia Africa, to join the party. So how was that?
Well, I mean, parties are kind of, you could say parties, but it's not necessarily always a party. I spend a lot of time at home, to be honest with you.
You sure?
I do.
You've been in like serious party mood for the past, I don't know if I can go back a couple of months since we haven't seen you. You've been like a serious party mood.
Not really. I've actually been at home a lot. I feel like on social media you see people's highlights. I've been attending a lot of Afrobeats events. I've been trying to really promote myself and really promote the pageant at these events.
Okay.
So that's probably what you've been seeing, but I haven't really been like out wild crazy, and it's like my 21st birthday.
Okay.
I'm kind of older now, and I've kind of been more into what I'm doing and what I want to do for my future and what I really want to share with the world.
All right. So you're contesting for Miss Africa Arizona.
That's correct.
All right, Miss Africa Arizona. How many girls do they have in there?
So far, there are 16 of us.
16.
Wow.
16
Okay.
countries.
It's
Yes.
almost Africa.
16
It's
countries.
almost Africa.
16
Well,
countries. and
Africa's about 240, I believe, so it's almost about it. That's like a 16th of Africa.
all right, and you are representing Ghana.
I am.
How did all that come about? Cause I mean, I haven't seen you in an event like this before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I always have looked at the application and really thought about it. Like, I want to apply. Should I apply? You know, and then been like, no, it's not for me, or no, you can't do this, or you're not going to be good at this. And so, really, what I've been trying to do is do things that I'm afraid of and really take a leap and really go into things that I feel that I before would have been like, no. You know, I would have limited myself, but I really want to prove to myself that I can do this, and then prove to other people that I'm not any more special than anyone else. Anyone can do this as well.
Okay. So basically, this is not about winning. This you think it's just about putting yourself out there, just to make a point for yourself.
No, I mean, of course you want, of course like a part of you, like it's definitely about winning the title, because the title comes with a lot. It comes with a platform in which I'm going to be able to share my own platform of building self-esteem through STEM, especially here and back home in Ghana, and do my project and things I'm really excited about. So it's going to open a lot of doors, and so I'm really excited about it. I'm putting my all into it, and at the end of the day, I'm still going to be my authentic self. So win or lose, like, I'm out here sharing my passion, and that's it. That's all I could say.
So what about sorry, Kamin. So how about your platform? Can you talk about that more about your platform so people can know about it?
Of course, yeah. So my platform is building self-esteem through STEM. And so, as you guys know, like, science has been a huge part of my life. Like, you guys have kind of watched me on my pre-medical journey. And so, really, an important part about my own life has just been the change that STEM education has made in my own life. Like, I went from having very low self-esteem to building that self-confidence through my coursework, through being able to achieve, and through being able to achieve academically. Like, I wanted to share that with a lot of young girls, especially back home in Ghana, because I think that there's not an emphasis right now on that. And so what I want to do is that I want to create a program, like a 3-day weekend workshop, where we go and it's like a full, not just a STEM clinic, but a full self-esteem boot camp, where we go over leadership skills, we develop, we break you down to build you back up, and really build up female leaders of Ghana that's going to go into healthcare and really lead our healthcare system, because we really need doctors, and we really need female doctors in Ghana.
Why you, focused, on female doctor? STEM goes for everybody.
Right.
So
Yeah, so what's special about women is that a lot of times in Ghana, we have a huge medical personnel crisis right now. Most people, once they are accepted into a medical school outside of Ghana or somewhere else, they emigrate out and they don't come back. They don't come back to practice in Ghana. And so that kind of like breaks down the healthcare infrastructure of Ghana. And so what I want to do, because I think as women, because we're more grounded at home and in the family, I want to really encourage women to become doctors and practice in Ghana, to stay and to really work within our systems and really be a global healthcare leader in Ghana.
Okay, so how's the preparation towards all this, going to the pageant, to the platform? How has it been like?
Of course, it's been a lot of work. I work full time, about 50 hours a week, and then I come home and I just grind. I've been in full pageant mode, so it's been a lot of work, but it's been very rewarding work. And I think I'm really excited to just showcase what I have to offer, and I think it's going to be a really awesome show. I'm with 15 other amazing contestants, and we're all going to shine, and it's all going to be amazing.
So, so this is not like a beauty contest, right? It's more like a talent and your goals in your project that you have, correct?
Yeah, so it is a cultural pageant.
Okay.
It's a cultural scholarship pageant. So there is a scholarship involved. And it's not just strictly about how you look or how you fit in your dress or how you're able to walk. It really is about who you are as a person and your platform. And so, there's going to be different categories, very exciting categories. It's going to be traditional wear. Everyone's going to dress up in their traditional outfit and be able to showcase that to the judges. There's going to be a parade of nations where you wear your country's color and really show the pride that you have for your country. There is a talent portion where we all get to showcase talent, and that's actually been the part that I was most afraid of when looking into pageantry. I'm like, well, I can't sing, I can't dance, I don't have any talents that are gonna build well on stage. But I feel like I've discovered something that I can do that's in line with my passions and my goals, and I think it's going to be really fun to see. And then of course we have our interview, and of course we have the oh so fun on stage questions.
Oh wow, sounds like this is gonna be fun. So how do people go about getting ticket or participating in this event?
Yeah, so you could go to MissAfricaArizona.org. Ticket sales are not quite live yet, but they will be soon. The pageant's going to be on November 9th. It's going to be at Phoenix College. So everybody mark your calendars for that. It's going to be awesome. I'm going to share with you guys the rest of the information and the links and everything, so you guys could spread that around and share it.
Okay. Is there what I've been noticing on Facebook, there's been a popularity contest type of thing going on. How do people participate in that? Can you
Yeah, so there's going to be, one of the amazing things about this
Can you guys highlight on her when she's talking on the Mevo?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm the one who can control it.
One of the greatest things about this is that there are a lot of categories to shine in this competition. It's not just about who takes home the first place or the second or the third. There's a lot of different ways that you could showcase what you bring to the table, and you can really shine. So Miss Popular is one of them. That is the Facebook competition. You have to go and like the album. So each contestant has their album on the Miss Africa Arizona Finale 2020 Facebook page.
Yeah.
Go like the album. Go to my album, so you could go and see all the albums. Like my album. Every vote counts, and there's a really cool prize for the Miss Popular contest. Another one is the People's Choice contest. That's an online contest on Pageant Planet. So if you go to the MissAfricaArizona.org, go to contestants, and then go to vote. It'll take you to that page, and that page, it's $1 per vote. You can vote as much money as you want, though. You can vote as many times as you want, as many days as you want. And that one, all the money goes back into the foundation, because it is a nonprofit foundation. It's all goes towards the scholarship, goes towards the pageant, goes towards enriching other women. So I think that it's really important to contribute in that way. This one, the winner gets something really cool. You do get a trip on any JetBlue airline. You get a round trip. And so, yeah, it's a really awesome competition. And if I win that, I want to go to the Bahamas and help out with the hurricane relief.
Oh, okay. So what about Ghana?
Ghana, JetBlue doesn't fly to Ghana.
Oh, really?
Unfortunately, yeah. So it's mostly domestic and islands, but so cool. It's awesome to even be able to go anywhere, even if it was just to Tucson. I'd be super excited. But no, it's really cool, and it's gonna be really awesome. And I think that's a really cool contest. I think this is the first year that they're having it, and so I know a lot of my fellow contestants, everyone out there, are really excited and pumped up about it. So I think it's going to be really cool. I think everyone has a lot of energy this year, and it's going to be a really good program.
All right, we thank you for being here, sharing with us. I just logged on to MissAfricaArizona.org, and what a good portfolio that you have on there is really incredible to read. That's really interesting. So yeah, just make it a point, go on there, MissAfricaArizona.org. You can purchase the ticket from there, and you can see everything. All the girls are, here. They have beautiful girls in there. But why do they have someone called Jasmine Amwakwaje, who's representing for Ivory Coast, in there? Did you see that, David?
Yeah, I think I know that Jasmine girl. Not personally, we are friends on Facebook, and I know she's a Ghanaian too. So, rumors unofficially, I heard when she went there, Shana was there already. So, it was funny to me. I heard Shana was there already when she went there. So, but she qualifies to be in the pageant too.
Pageant,
So
so-
they gave her Ivory Coast. I don't know if she can speak French. How is she gonna represent Ivory Coast? So and I don't know. Maybe some Ghanaians live in Liberia, Nigeria.
Yeah.
And I don't know what her name. Some part of the Akan people live close
Yeah.
to, and we have Akans in Ivory Coast too. So maybe I don't know how she's gonna be able to do it.
All right, so Shannon Ofori representing for Ghana, 2019 Miss Africa Arizona.
2020, 2020.
It's 2020.
2020, yes.
So why they are? Because
Yeah,
I saw
so-
it. It says Ghana 2020, Gambia 2020.
Yes, yes.
So it's happening 2020.
No, the pageant itself is happening on November 9th. But we will start, essentially January is when we will start our reign as Miss Africa 2020.
I
And
see.
as you said, no, all of the ladies are working really hard. There's a lot of very beautiful women in the competition.
Then I need to
And-
check the website and see.
Yeah, and I know that everybody chose their country because it's a country that they're passionate about,
Okay.
and so there's always a reason behind it. It wasn't just a random choice, and so I'm really excited to see what everybody brings. Of course, as you said, like only one person could represent each country, but I'm really happy. Like I've been able to get to know Jasmine, and I think she's going to bring a lot to the table, and I'm really excited to see what she has going on.
So you could have represent Nigeria too.
She's not passionate about Nigeria.
No, I mean
No,
like
I don't have any. I mean, I have a lot of my friends, a lot of my closest friends. Hey y'all, they're Nigerians, so I mean, I'm down with the Nigerians. I'm down with everybody. I'm down with Africa, but personally, Nigeria for me just doesn't have like I don't. I mean, I probably couldn't have done Nigeria just because I don't really know very much about the culture
yeah.
or like the food, or I don't have a passion to Nigeria.
Okay.
All right, Russia Africa always partners to events like this that happens in Arizona. We will definitely, be bringing you more about this event, and we will be there come November 9th, right?
Yeah.
To represent live, bring you videos and images from the show. All right, let's move on, guys. Shanna, you're gonna join us with our topic in discussing our topic about Botham Jean's brother during the trial, something that happened that a lot of people have been talking about. He went out there after they were giving the victim impact statement, went out there to give a hug to the person who had murdered his brother, and actually he made a statement that he wouldn't even wish that the person goes to jail. After a lot of people had put a lot of energy, a lot of kind of work hard towards making sure that they get justice, the family gets justice. He gets out there and says that based on his religion, his beliefs, and his faith, he wouldn't even wish that his brother's murderer goes to jail. That is something that we want to look at. That I want to get your opinions, David, on how you look at that whole picture right there.
Yeah, there's been this trend going on. People asking the question like our topic today: why are black people so forgiving? I don't think black people we are so forgiving. We are so forgiving only to other race. That guy that just shot Nipsey Hussle, if we were so forgiving, why did he kill him? If we go to Chicago, why do brothers kill each other? If we go to Africa, why are we killing each other over there? So just for the start, I think black people, we are not so forgiving. We only forgiving to us other people, but not to black people ourselves. And yeah, I will elaborate on that with time as we keep going. Yeah.
BFA,
Yeah.
what do you make of that?
I think the whole situation is a very, very complex situation. You can try to put yourself in that person's position, either as a black person or either as a man of faith.
And which person are you talking about? Which person?
I'm talking about the younger brother.
That got killed.
No, not
That went to hug the.
That went to hug. The police officer who murdered his brother. Doing what he did, I see it from both views. The reason why he did what he did, from a Christian point of view, it's something that we are taught based on our faith to show mercies.
Who
Hold on. Hold on.
They don't show that faith.
Hold on. Let me finish.
Okay.
And from a black race point of view, I understand why a lot of black people are outraged, because we never been shown mercy. If Like for example, when the police officer, I believe it was like in New York or New Jersey, who accidentally shot a white girl, but he got sentenced to life. And it was a police officer. There was no mercy. There was no mistake in his situation. So I think like we're gonna continue diving into this as we I'll continue adding on my point as we continue talking about this topic, because I really think it's a clear example of how we black people see the world and how the rest of the people see us.
There was one thing that I was kind of thinking about, because there were a lot of activists, there were a lot of people that went out there in protest to get justice for the family, because all these things about police, and policing and the black people in America. So all the people who went out there, even during the court, proceedings, there were still people outside protesting, making sure that they get justice. And if after she's been sentenced to 10 years in jail, there were still people out there, they were not pleased, with the results of that whole, court process. Then you have the brother, who has the opportunity to get a platform to, make an impact statement. He goes out there to say that does that look like a slap in the face of all these people who were protesting to get justice? What did you make of that, Shanna?
Whether it was a slap of the face for
Yeah,
people
I mean for the protest, because you've been involved in protests before, you've been involved in activism for black people, I mean justice and all this before. So for him to be out to get that stage and to say that he doesn't even wish that she goes to jail, and to go out there and based on his personal faith and religion, what did you think of that?
Well, I think that if that was part of his healing process to forgive and forget, then that was part of his healing process. But personally, I think that there's a such thing as it just being too soon, and respect for the one that you lost. And I just know that in that situation, I would probably forgive in my heart, but to make a public display, I probably would not go that far, just knowing the fact that a loved one was taken from me in that way. I don't feel like it would be fair to my loved one to essentially erase what happened to them. But I think that we can't hold on to anger and resentment in our heart as people, because it weighs on us, as black people especially. It weighs on us every day. So it's my take on it.
I think as a black race, this trial kind of remind me. I wasn't here when the whole OJ situation happened, but I think like it's been so long as a black race to see justice happen when something happened to us, and that's why I don't think like even the 10 years. Trust me, for myself too, like part of me say it's not enough, because a brother can kill a canine and get 45 years in jail, but a police officer kill a black person, they get nothing. They tend to walk scot free. So for the black race, for black community, for finally seeing the police either she did intentionally or unintentionally murder somebody, and getting criminalized or getting punished for the crime, for the act that they did. One point we were happy, when they announced that the guilty, most black people were, oh, thank God, we're happy because we feel like finally justice, the face of justice have turned upon our side, and then to get 10 years, it's kind of like, what, so it was. I think we've been yearning for healing. We've been yearning for justice, for us to receive justice for the crime for the cruelty that has been happening to us years and years and years and years. And whenever we get the opportunity, we only get like a little bit, and we feel like it's not enough for the years that we've been suffering as a black people. That's what I think of it,
Yeah, the forgiving attitude that David you keep talking about. Where do you think black people got this attitude for? And you said it's only towards other races.
Yeah. So I think there's a corrupt form of Christianity that they taught Africans and not black people around the world. How can you tell me the person that taught us that Christianity to have mercy and those things you're talking about? They don't have that. In the US here, if a black person even have a gun in his hands, they will shoot him right there. If you have another race and black people, R. Kelly and Cosby, they all, whatever they did, if they are wrong, they are wrong. But do you see black people having mercy for them? He did it. It's him. It's R. Kelly. He slept with underage people. It's true, he did it. The same way we can crucify black people. This
R. Kelly was crying, and people still said
yeah,
that
that's what I'm
it's
saying.
fake.
Yeah, it's fake. So black people,
Yes.
if only the person is black, that Christianity mercy we have, you don't have it for him. But another race killed a black person, you come here, you say, oh, Christianity, you have mercy. The people that taught us Christianity, how come they don't show mercy?
See,
So I think there's a corrupt form of Christianity that you're just gonna be saying, because you can't kill my brother and tell me Jesus said have mercy. Whilst if I kill your brother, you kill me right there. Whilst you taught me about that Jesus, it's not true. If it's true, then they should have been acting, or it should be universal. So I think black people, that Christianity and religion has really messed up our brain. We need to recalibrate our mind and think, well, because you can't tell me of mercy. How long? We should all be killed. After slavery, a lot of genocide, a lot of things going on. You keep talking about mercy. One day we'll wake up, all the black race, you'll be gone. Then the little ones will still be talking about mercy. I think it's annoying if Christians try to come in using their Christianity.
can I respond after you? Okay, so look, to me, reviewing this whole situation, honestly, I see it gives us credit as black people, the fact that we view other people as human beings.
But we don't view ourselves as human beings.
Let me. You got a point on that part, okay? We view other races as human beings, you know, regardless whether or not they view us the same or not, you know. And the sad part, which I agree with you, David, is the fact that when it comes to our own people, we don't view themselves as human beings, because the way that guy displayed his faith or his love for another human being was more like, I understand we're humans. We make mistakes. Things you don't regret something until it's already been done. That's when regrets hit you. You know. So for him to view him as this another human being, yes, he have taken away my brother, but I can still my faith that he believe in. Okay. He can rely on his faith that he believes in to see that person still as a human being. That speaks a lot of volume about our people. And if we go back even to Africa, how like, yes, we had black people over here, they went through slavery. In Africa, we went to colonialism, which was same thing as slavery, where people were being killed at a very, very massive rate. You know, being their land, women being raped, all this other stuff happened to the black race. But if a white person goes back to the continent of Africa, or any other race goes back to the continent of Africa, we don't have that hate in our heart towards them, because we still see them as a human being. Versus if a black person robs a house in a white community, any black person that even trying to move in that community are being seen as that criminal. He's being viewed differently, you know, because I think most races tend to carry that hate. So my question to you, David, do you want us as black people to constantly having that anger towards our fellow human beings, saying, hey, you guys never see
No, the answer is simple. We should, the same mercy we can show other people, we need to show it to ourselves first. If you can't show it to ourselves first, then there's no need for it. Because how can you dwell on mercy and get all our people killed? The mercy doesn't work that way. You can't just be killing people and let me ask you a question. That Christian faith you're talking about, which people the majority of Christians are what race?
That's a very, very
Majority of Christians are white people.
I can't really
In the US here. Let's specify in the US here.
In USA, I want to say it's a very, very, it's a 50-50, because the majority of the population of here is white. So automatically you must say it's a white race.
Yeah.
You know. But then you look. If you really break down the factors of how many black people in the black community are Christianity. Okay, black people are only two faiths. Okay, majority of them either you're Christian or you're Muslim. Okay, other indigenous religions that we once had, all of it we disregard.
This thing is not about faith. It's just being a rational, having a sane mind. If people keep doing something on the trend to you, and you don't have any mercy for yourself, but you can have mercy for them, I think psychologically something is wrong with you. Because you can't tell me, if I come to your house and I kill your brother, you let me, you tell me, oh, like China people will say, Buddha bless you. Then you say, oh, in the name of Jesus, let him go. Then your brother steal from you, you kill him right there, and you telling me your faith tells you you should be view other people as more merciful, have mercy on other people, but don't have mercy on
No,
yourself.
David, I think, like I said, I
Let me
agree
ask
with-
you a question.
Yeah.
Do you think there's a difference in the Christianity in the US or white people and African people Christianity? Because not a single person, let something happen. Okay, did you see anybody, any different race saying, oh, let's have mercy for him?
David.
Are they not Christians or they don't apply the Christianity rules well?
David, I think one thing I can say I agree with you is the fact that us as black people, we need to start first of all, before you apply that mercy to any other race, we need to apply that mercy to ourselves. We need to forgive ourselves for our wrongdoings. We need to forgive ourselves for not being there for our family, for our brothers, for our mother. Okay, how we treat our women. We need to forgive ourselves. That we need to heal ourselves. I agree with you with that. And the Christian faith that I believe in, the Bible that I believe in, it doesn't teach us to apply mercy on the one different race differently. It teaches us to
Babe,
apply. Let me finish.
With
Let me
the
finish my
Bible,
point.
then
Let me-
you don't know. There's a
let me-
chapter in the Bible that tells how you should treat your slaves. Who should be the slave?
Let me
Oh, you.
let me finish. Let me finish my
Okay,
point. Let me
finish.
finish my point.
Okay.
My point is that it doesn't teach us to apply mercy different based on an ethnic group. Okay, anyone who chooses to apply mercies based on a different ethnic group, then you're not following the Bible currently. You are going based on your own ideology and leaning upon men's wisdom to use your faith that you it's completely misled. It's a misled faith if you apply that
Before
mercy
before
differently
they,
from
they
person
brought
to
the
person.
Bible to Africa for your grandparents to know and my grandparents to know, we used to be normal human beings, right? We used to be able to reason. We can't just say we reason from the Bible. Although that's your faith, it's okay. But before the Bible came, we were normal human beings, and it's a lot of people in other parts of the world that don't need
Yes.
the Bible. They are doing well in life too. So you can't just base on the Bible and say certain things from the Bible.
Let me bring Shana in here. So, Shana, I want to know what you think when David says that black people hate ourselves. Because just looking at the two scenarios here, we have Brother R. Kelly, who they claim that he's sexually assaulted a lot of multiple women, who all of them are black women, right? And now he's been crucified by these same women out there, and they're not looking to forgive him. And he came on TV, he did an interview, he was crying actually. Then you could see that, brother, I don't know whether he's crying because he feels sorry or he's crying because he feels like he's being, persecuted by his own people. Then you have other hand, this is not the first time things like this has happened, where you have people, and usually it doesn't happen to black people, but other races where black people say let's forgive and forget. People continues today. There are people on the other hand fighting for reparations, right? And there are other black people who are saying that this is something that happened multiple years ago. We should just forgive and forget about it and move on. So when David says black people hate ourselves, what do you make of it?
Well, that's a lot. But I think that forgiveness is an individual thing. And so we can't really equate the R. Kelly situation to this situation, because we as a community didn't come out and say, let this guy go, like, let's forgive him.
Why I want to equate it is because it
Because
wasn't
it was one
wasn't
person.
just the brother who went and hugged the lady. Even the judge, who's a black person too,
Gave-
showed same.
And
you
give
know,
her a Bible too.
But at the same time, like, I think as black people, or as people, as African people and black people in general, we tend to look at ourselves as a monolith. Like, we tend to think that we're all just one black person. And so we are a community made up of a lot of different ideas, a lot of different people, a lot of different schools of thought. And so I think it's important to take into account that the actions of two people doesn't define how I feel about a situation. It doesn't define how we all feel about a situation, or the majority of us feel about a situation. I think that we have to look at them as individuals, and then at the same time look at what the media is showing us. It's always picking out these cases and then giving us that as an example of black people. Look at this one time that this happened. This is what all black people do. And I think that's a very damaging stereotype, because it perpetuates stereotypes about us, and it's a very damaging thing that the media does.
All right. I mean, going forward, I want to know, David, wrap it up for us.
Yeah, so excuse me. When I say black people should forgive ourselves first, there's a lot of problems in the black community around the world. So you go to Chicago, brothers killing themselves over there. You go to South Africa, brothers in South Africa killing other African country people. Whilst they don't kill anybody, they kill exclusively only black people, their own race. So when I say we should have mercy on ourselves first before we show it to others, that's what I mean. Because if we have this mercy like you talk about, I don't think it's because of the Bible. That's our nature. We have culture and traditions before they brought the Bible. So whatever you believe in your Bible is okay. But I don't think if different black people in different geographical location, even if they are not Christians and Muslims, they behave the same way. So I think we had innate something that's innate in us that makes us all behave in similar way. So if we have that thing in us, we should have show mercy to other black people too. In South Africa, our brothers over there, is this the same mercy that they say freedom together? That's now majority of blacks in South Africa don't have land to live on. The minority owns all the land. So, but they can kill fellow African brothers that come to South Africa. So I'm saying, let's have mercy. This mercy the judge showed on the policewoman. It's okay, that's her. But we should extend the same message to our own people first, and we should do that can heal and make a lot of changes in the black society, especially in the US here, where we have the hip hop culture and the gangster culture in the hood and the communities that people just like Chicago. How that possible? You think about it, a brother shoots a brother. You know, if you had this mercy, all of them at the court showing to the policewoman, I think we could have developed in our individual communities as black people. Yeah, that's all.
I think this whole situation, for me personally, it shows that as black people and a person of faith, I mean, I'm thankful because it's exemplifying what my Lord and Savior has always preached, that He showed mercies to them.
Let it go.
Why
was Jesus when the slave?
Let me finish.
Let me ask you a question. Was Jesus watching in heaven? Was He chilling with God?
God is always there. God is always there.
So God was there when
God
we
is
were
always
taking
there.
our people as slaves.
God, He lets His rain on the wicked and the righteousness.
Why didn't God stop them?
Why
What was Jesus doing when they were bringing the slaves here?
My brother, we are going to meet it. Let me finish. Let me finish up.
Go ahead.
Thank you. You know, it's really exemplified the faith that I believe in. You know,
that's the mental slavery we're talking about.
If you call it mental slavery, I say thank you.
You can be a Christian and still have the rational view on things.
My faith tells me, okay,
so if my faith tells me I should kill you, I'm right.
My brother, that's your choice. That's your choice. If you believe in that, that's your choice.
That's bad,
you know.
Bro.
But let me finish my point of view. My point of view is that I'm thankful for that example because it shows that my Lord and Savior, He's still working in us.
It's not your brother who is there. That's why.
No problem. Another thing.
Even the one whose brother is dead was forgiving. So I'm not forgiving. Go ahead, my brother.
So even another thing that points out the fact that David, another thing that points out is the fact that you're right. Okay, black people need to learn to forgive ourselves. Okay, we need to apply that forgiveness to one brothers and one sister. I'm talking about in the basic, very in the simplest things every single day that we live in. Mm-hmm. You know, because we brothers and sisters get in their fights over them. I'm gonna say it, the dumbest things on earth. Okay, I step on your shoes, now you want to fight me. You can't just say, man, I'm sorry for stepping on your shoes. You know, and yes, me and you were no longer together, but you gonna put me on child support. You know. No, these are the things that we need to learn to forgive each other and work out a plan.
She should forgive you for the child support.
No, she should, no.
How is she gonna take care of the kid?
No.
But we can take care of the baby.
No, I'm saying there's a means to working things out without going to the system. Without
there's no means.
No.
In Africa, there's no child support. The fathers, they don't care. Most of them. So me, I've seen it before.
No. Let me finish. I'm just giving an example of areas that we black people cool. Show cruelty to one another, where if it was the opposite, we're quickly to forgive them. You know, judging one another, like you mentioned, certain example, R. Kelly, all these other rappers. You know, calling our sisters the B word, demeaning our people. All that needs to go away. Okay, if we're gonna show love to one another or show compassion to the rest of the world, why don't we show that 100%? I agree with you on that one. I think that should be the message every black leader should be preaching, you know. But with my closing remarks is this: for black race, for other race, this is an example for other race. This is how we black people want to be treated.
It hasn't
Let me
benefited
put it
us.
this-
It
let me-
hasn't put us in a good place.
Let
Why
me
do you
finish.
think
Let
other
me
race will
finish.
learn
Finish
this?
this. Like his action that was the action to show an example how we as human race we should be treating one another. You know,
Wow.
the judge should be able to look that person who has committed the act as a still human being. You know, not someone as a criminal. And the media should start painting that person as, oh, this person was a drug addict. This person was like this. No, that person is a human being.
The judge has even been. They reported the judge to the legal counsel. Did you know that?
Yeah.
They reported her to the legal counsel that her actions were unethical.
I think they base it on with her giving him
Even
the
the
Bible.
Bible going out there show. But if it was African, black people would see that. Oh wow, this is awesome. This is show of love and mercy to.
No.
Yeah,
White people don't see it that way. No.
In Africa, if you kill somebody's brother, it wouldn't go smooth this way. You think different race, tribe, you go and kill somebody, they will be jumping and giving you Bible.
But
It
All
wouldn't
right.
go well.
So we're still talking about the GK Folks Foundation, Phoenix College, NAACP, in collaboration with the African Student Association at ASU, Miss Africa Arizona 2020. We have Shana here, who has been with us here tonight, talking about Miss Africa Arizona 2020, which is happening live Saturday, November 9th, 2019 at 7 p.m. at the Bull Pit Auditorium. I think that's in Phoenix College, right?
Yes.
General admission is $20. It's not really consistent. It says students $15. You have to show student ID card. Then general admission is $25. You must purchase your ticket on the website, or when you go out the door, it's $5 extra. It's gonna be a very entertaining event, and we urge everybody to purchase their ticket to keep voting. Voting has started yet?
Yes, all the voting has started.
Okay, so how do we vote?
Yeah, so there's two ways to vote. One of them is on the website. You go to vote, and then that'll link you to the popular People's Choice competition, and that's the $1 per vote. That it's essentially a donation back into the fund. It's a donation back in to help empower more women, to help give out this scholarship and continue this pageant. And then there's also the Facebook competition, which is most popular, and that one is on the Facebook album. If you go to Miss Africa Arizona 2020 finale on Facebook, you will see that all the albums there. And I encourage you to like everyone's album, but if you really like what I'm about, please go ahead and give me a like. They are kind of strict on it. You can't like individual pictures. You must like the entire album, and also no reactions, no hearts, no smiley faces. It's just straight likes. And so
Wow.
they'll total that up, and then that'll be for the most popular award.
so no, like this is number one, no 100%, no nothing.
No comments,
No
nothing,
comments,
just
nothing.
a straight like. Shares don't count, just liking. It's good to share it so that you share it to friends, please, so that other people like it. But you know, something that I've realized that a like doesn't cost you anything. It doesn't cost you any time. It doesn't cost you any extra energy. So why not support people by liking their album, and even, you know, on your social media, if you see your friends, like, don't just scroll by like
All right,
this.
give out your social media handle personally.
Yes, so on Instagram, you can find me at Sunshine Shanna, SUNSHINE.Shanna, SHANAA. I didn't quite get the one with the one A, but two A's.
Okay.
Sunshine Shanna. Facebook, I am Shanna Ofori. And Twitter, I am also Sunshine Shanna with an underscore. I'm most active on Instagram, though.
Most active on Instagram. So what can we expect on for Shana? I mean, I'm not saying give your game out, because I mean everybody will be, you know.
Yeah,
but,
we're listening.
yeah. So, but what can we expect? Can we expect like a display of culture? A display? You said you have a talent, but you never shared with us what that talent is. But what can we expect from Shana for the event?
Well, first and foremost, you could expect authenticity and integrity. I really want this pageant and this campaign to really showcase my true self and what I really have to bring to the table. You can expect a lot of culture. It's going to be a passport to 16 different countries. You can expect a lot of culture. I do have some tricks up my sleeves, so don't count me out just yet.
Okay.
I'll definitely be there, and I definitely came to win. So I'm excited.
All right, thank you so much. Just one last question, just for Russia Africa. Did you get media trained?
Did I get media trained?
Yeah, because you've toned down a lot. Being here, you kind of choosing your words very carefully. As far as talking about the black people being very forgiving and all
Felix,
that.
I think this is a political question. So it's people change, you know. She's
Yeah.
growing, so her demeanor changes. So I understand that. Let's just. I think it's too political.
Well,
Yeah.
as I said, I want to go into global health policy and
I see.
global policy making. And so this is a big step. A lot of it's going to be public speaking, getting in front of people. And so I've invested in myself, and I have invested in learning how to properly talk and how to properly talk, especially in front of cameras and everything. And I think that's an important skill that we all should learn, because you never know where life will take you.
Absolutely.
So everybody should go out, whether it's watching a seminar, whether it's hiring a coach, whether it's, you know, watching YouTube videos, which I love my YouTube videos, trust me. I have a whole catalog of just pageant YouTube videos and online coaching. There's a lot of free resources, but I really encourage people to, even in your spare time, to invest in yourself and to really perfect your craft and really perfect your brand, your personal brand.
All right, thank you everybody who tuned in tonight. Russia Africa, we have a whole lot of things happening coming up. We have some deals that we'll be striking out, getting towards the end of the year, and we have an event coming up in November, which is next month. Kizz Daniel live in Arizona. He's performing for the first time, which is a lot of people are really excited about that. The Kizz Daniel event. Just keep supporting Russia Africa. Keep following on Facebook. We'll be giving you a whole lot of updates and promotions as far as the Kizz Daniel event is concerned, as far as the Phoenix African Arizona, Miss Africa Arizona is concerned as well. Keep supporting Russia Africa. Continue to share, like the Facebook page, like our YouTube page. Peace out. Thank you guys.